Hey guys, this is my little review of Oud for Greatness and Oud for Glory. Always forget which is which. But yeah, so it's a little review of these two and a comparison. Um, Sorry, I haven't done a video for a little while. Haven't had time. Can be asked. Take your pick. But I've seen a lot lately on Oud for Glory and how close it is to Oud for Greatness. Well, a little backstory here. I saw a review for Oud for Greatness on one of the popular channels, and I thought, wow, I've never even heard of Initio. I hadn't even heard of them. And I thought, well, okay, so I blind bought a bottle. I'm not a massive fan of blind buying, but I thought, oh wow, it's getting a lot of people saying it's great. So I thought, yeah, okay, 30 quid, what I'm going to do. I got it, and I like it. It's really good. So I then got a sample of Oud for Greatness, just a little 1.5 mil. Because I wouldn't ever blind buy a niche. You're going to spend 300 quid, always get a sample. And when I got it, I obviously did a comparison to the two myself. Initially, obviously the fact I then went on to buy Oud for Greatness, that might tell you something about how close I think they are, or just how comparable they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little review of this on its own, and then I'll talk a little bit about these greatness, and then I'll just compare them. Okay, so just a little review of this one. This one is it's a 100 ml bottle, and the bottles in this little range actually they are really nice. I've got the amethyst and what's the other one? Can't think. Come back to me in a minute. But yeah, it's a really nice little range, yeah. So good presentation, good spray quality. Good sprayer on it. Basically, it is a very, very nice fragrance. I'm trying to forget that it even exists. So it's a nice fragrance. It's definitely got a punch of oud to it. So if you like oud fragrances, I do. I love oud fragrances. I think for me they're quite masculine, but I understand women can wear them, and that's great too. But it's probably hasn't got any oud in it for 30 quid. It's probably not got any oud in it, but whatever they've done, it certainly gives that impression of oud, which is good. And it's got this sort of real mature sort of just this real sort of mature. I get sort of almost sort of like a tobacco-y sort of vibe to it. If you've seen all the reviews, you know what the note breakdown is. I'm not here to do all that for you, but what I am here to do is tell you how good it is, and if I like it, and if I've had any compliments of it. And basically, it is a really, really, really good scent. It's on its own standalone. It's mature. It's smooth. It's you'd wear it in the winter, or maybe a cool spring, autumn time, and it smells sophisticated. It's got a sophisticated sort of vibe to it. It projects reasonably well, and it lasts reasonably well. And when I say reasonably well, I mean you're going to get, I would say I get sort of 6 to 8 hours off of that on my skin. I would say it projects well for 3 to 4 hours. It's 30 quid, at the end of the day. So it's you're not going to get, you're not going to get sort of massive beast mode off of it. It's just not, it's not going to happen. But it's there, and it might be me going a little bit nose blind to it. Oud fragrances or oud replicating fragrances can do that to me. But yeah, so performance is good, and let's forget the price for a second. As a standalone, performance is good, yeah, it's a really nice scent, really good. But if we go over to greatness, this is, again, I'm going to read this just on its own. Again, this is oud. I've seen a couple of reviews where there's not actually any oud listed in the actual ingredients, but boy, this is oud. Oh yeah, and this is a completely another level of smoothness. As I've got older, I've got more into sort of smoother, more mature, elegant sort of fragrances. I'm a massive Ventus fan. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that. But I think as I'm getting older, I'm appreciating a more mature. And I find, for me, just my own personal opinion, things like sort of tobacco and leather mixes with oud, saffrons, more like that. That's where I'm sort of heading. And this, boy, this is, wow, this is smooth. This is, you know, if you're picturing a scene, this would be, you know, James Bond would be wearing this in a casino, in a luxury casino in Monte Carlo, when he is just, you know, he's at his peak. That's when this is going to be worn. This is when this is going to be worn. It's beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful fragrance. But again, I'm not here to do the note breakdowns, everything else. But what I was just a little idea of what they're both about. But the main part of the video is how close are they to each other. So I've got my test strips. So let's do a little test, and we will do a little comparison. So nice. I only have to do one spray. If you overspray it, it's not gonna. So straight away you get a kind of this one. You get a kind of. I was got a little bit of a rubber sensation off of it, but you know that's it's certainly not unpleasant. Let's go with this. One spray. Wow. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just smooth off the bat. Off the bat, like that first second, millisecond, it's smooth. Now this is doing a really good job of kind of taking what that is, but without the smoothness. It's I could almost feel there's a little gap between the notes, so it's not. It's rather than going whoosh, smooth, it's like that. Just taking a little while to settle, a little bit longer to settle, if you like. Whereas this has just gone to another place. It's so smooth that it's buttery smooth. I can't think of any more abbreviations for smooth, but it's smooth personified, smoothness personified, and it goes into that really nice. You can pick up that real oud accord coming through, and I think from my nose it's backed up. I get sort of a leather. I get sort of sort of leathery, almost like a little bit of a tobacco-y vibe at the back, but all blended so well and all punched with this oud kind of just this pump that, I mean, it's sensational. Let's back to this one. Let's show this one some love. Now this one's starting to it's starting to sort of die down. But as it dies down, like you saw, I just did one spray of each, so it's becoming a little bit more faint. It's becoming fainter, but you still get that. You still get that oud. You still get the sort of rubbery smell's gone. Yeah, and it's smelling smoother now. Very, very, very similar notes, but done in a very, very, very different way. Yeah, so man. Yeah. So yeah, let's just run through the differences there then. So basically what you've got here is this is sort of ultimate smoothness personified. It's going to give you that lovely oud push through, and I will go a bit more into actually the performance of this one. I've worn it twice, and it's a beast. It really is. I don't really give that away often. I don't say this one's a beast, this one's a beast. This one really is. It punches. It is on my skin for 12 plus hours. It will. It projects massively. Probably 6 hours at least projects. Probably after that. I mean, I'll get compliments, or someone mentioned it. People going, "Oh, wow, what did you smell?" Someone said, "Oh, that smells nice," and this was at least 6 hours after I applied it. And it will sit on your clothes days afterwards. It's real quality juice. So I would say the difference between the two are that one is much smoother than that. The notes are fairly similar, but that one the performance on this one is totally another planet to that one. So this would be a beast. This definitely isn't a beast. But yeah, so it's but then you've got to look at price, haven't you? You've got to look at the price, and you know this is I think about 305 English pounds, and I can get this for about 30 English pounds. So it's 10 times the difference in price. I mean, let's just go back. They've settled for 5 minutes now. Yeah, that's settled down into a 9. That is smooth. Now I haven't smelt that one for a few minutes. See, that's smooth. Oh wow! And then that just says, "Look, you think you're smooth? Hold my beer." That just, man, and I can get it even from sort of that one spray just from back here. I can get it. This one, I wouldn't. No, got to bring it in much closer. But like I said, it's So, you know, if I was at percentages, people love percentages. So I would say opening, and when I say opening, let's say first 30 seconds, they're miles apart. After a minute, as you saw, after a minute, that one starts to settle down. That's a little bit of a rubbery opening, but you're going to get that. That's probably the Parfumers alcohol, not blended in as well as it is in there. So opening, you know, you're looking at sort of, but you can still set the notes are still there, sort of 70%. And as it kind of moves forward and starts to settle down, I mean, at this stage, you're talking maybe sort of 75% difference on the fact that that one's just got a couple more. I can't explain exactly what they are, but there's definitely a couple more notes in there that this one's missing. It's yeah, I would say sort of 70%, 75% after the sort of 5-6 minute sort of settling down. And having worn both, I can tell the difference. If I put this one on, I will tell that, like, within 3-4 hours, I will definitely tell the difference between that one. Although, like I said, you're talking about this one's 10 times the price, so it damn well should be, you know. And I'm just going to break a little myth here. I mean, a lot of people will say, yeah, but you're always going to say that, or people who go and spend £305 on something are always going to look at the benefits and say, wow, I haven't wasted my money. You know, that's a big myth, because at the end of the day, if I'd have bought this for 305 quid and I'd have thought it's not that much different from that, all I would have done was I would have probably decanted 10 mil off, so I'd have still had 80 mil, and I would have flogged it on one of the forums I'm on, and I would have got 250 all day, 260. So 10 mil would have cost me 45 quid, which is not too bad considering I've owned it and then moved it on. So you're not wasting money. You can always sell these things if you buy them. Yeah, you take a little bit of a hit, but then obviously you're going to take some juice out. So it's not a problem. So I would have happily sold this on if it hadn't been so different. It's classier. That's the thing. It's classier. If you were to smell this on someone, you would know the difference between that and smelling that on someone. It's just a much better version. So yeah, I'm going to do a few more videos. I've got a few more clone wars, if you like, or clone comparisons to do. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Any questions, post them below. Thank you very much.